learn how to be a professional at what you want to be professional at. You got that?
Yes, sir.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Coach?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Coach?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Coach?
Go back to defense.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
All right, good afternoon. Here we are today for the first version of the Coach Sean Gilbert Show. How you doing, Coach?
Man, I'm doing all right, Coach. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing extremely well, man. As we're heading into the first game of the season, I know you're excited. I'm sure you are. I don't want to assume anything, but tell us what's going on in your mind right at this moment.
Well, I mean, right now, what I'm thinking about is practice today and the things we're trying to install, and just hoping the players can take that information in and process it, and implement it on Saturday, and just see how well they do.
Okay. Well, so that's in a synopsis. Let's go backwards in time a little bit.
Go ahead.
All right. Now, we're going to talk about your camp. We're going to talk about who you're about to play and all the other good stuff. But, let's one time talk about Sean Gilbert. Mm-hmm. Kind of give us a little bit so, our fans get to know who is Sean Gilbert.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to that and a lot of layers. But, basically come from a small town, Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. Traditional football, steel mill town. My mom worked in the steel mill. She had 5 kids, raised them on her own, recovered from, drugs and so forth. We all graduated from high school, and fortunately, was able to take that athleticism and turn it into scholarships so, we can go to college and and pursue, some type of future.
Now, I met your brother 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I think what school did you go to? I can't remember.
My brother Mark, he went to Duquesne, which is right down the street from Pitt.
Okay. I did not know that.
Duquesne just played Florida State.
That's right. Okay,
yeah.
They sure did.
Yeah.
I don't know what the results of that game were. Do you recall?
Nah, no. I just like to know what the check looked like.
There you go. I hear what you're talking about. All right, so now where as 5 children, now where did you fit in amongst all of them?
I'm the middle.
You in the middle?
Yeah.
So you kind of got your way. Not got your way. How did that work?
I took a little bit from everybody. I'm the biggest of all.
Oh,
5.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You had to go in there and debo some meals from your. I understand. And then of course you went to Pitt.
Yep.
And you probably sacked a couple of Syracuse quarterbacks. That's my hometown. So did you put it on them?
You know what? Syracuse was a good dinner.
Oh, well, you ate well, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But
that's
you know
good.
what? Always a competitive school.
It was?
So, always. Yeah.
All right.
Syracuse is a great school.
All right. Then you left Pitt and you went into the draft. And how did that go?
So I left Pitt, one, due to the opportunity that came about from my junior year playing, and because I really hadn't had any intentions on leaving, and I was fortunate enough to play through that season. I still had sustained some injuries and things like that, but I toughed it out and fractured my toe in the first game. We were playing West Virginia, but I still got a pick, an interception, ran it back 40-something yards.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't even feel my foot.
Ooh, I know that must have hurt.
So that. Well,
I mean, later.
Yeah. They had to break a steel plate and put it on the bottom of it so that I couldn't flex it up.
Okay.
So, but just through that season, man, just fighting with injury and that, and opportunity came for me to get drafted. And told me I could go in the 4th round. It was 12 rounds back then.
Gotcha.
So that speaks to where all the gray hair comes from. But and they told me I could go in the 4th round, and I went and asked the AD. I said, how much money does a 4th rounder make?
Right.
And he told me you might make $100,000, but that was better than nothing.
Right.
And an opportunity for me to start taking care of my son. My oldest son, Deshaun, and so from there I started training. And me and Coach Walker, Nelson Walker was one of my best friends. We started training, and I was fortunate. And my stock moved up. I ran a 4.5, 4.6 40.
Okay.
315 pounds, and I mean that
rock solid.
Pushed me up to.
What was that bench press?
A bench I did 225. I think 21 times.
Okay.
And I put it down. I probably could have got 5 more, but. They said,
so you did 21 and racked it?
Yeah. I did 21 and racked it. I think my max was about 460.
Okay.
So when they say they gauge it like long arms, that's not bad. But just being competitive, and it opened up the door for me. And I wound up being the third pick. I negotiated to be the first pick the night before, but I was grateful for
Wait a
just
minute,
the
hold on.
opportunity.
Time out, Cole. You went from being told 4th round to being the what number pick?
The number 3 overall.
Number 3 overall.
Yep.
Oh man, that's guaranteed money up in there.
I mean, a little
for the
bit.
most part.
But when you
Or
go to
at least a spot on the squad.
when you go to the Rams, you pretty much give it all back.
I don't want to comment about that.
California take all of it back. The minute you hit the ground, boom,
Boom, it's gone.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
I got you.
But just from there and just relished the opportunity,
Right.
and just and was fortunate to make it through 11 years. I still came. I had 17 surgeries in the process.
Wow.
Yeah, my body's in pain all the time, but it's some of the things you endure from the sacrifices you make playing.
So you played for the Rams. Let me see if I can remember all the programs. The Rams,
Yeah.
the Panthers,
Yeah.
the Washington team, and the Raiders.
Yeah.
I think I got them right. Is that right?
Yeah.
I ain't missed nobody. So we good to go. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So that was your career, and you had an 11-year career.
Yeah.
That's great, Coach. I mean, a lot of folks only make, what's the average? I don't know, for a defensive lineman.
Probably 2.5.
2.5?
years. Yeah.
That speaks a lot about your toughness and your resilience and your productivity. So,
Or just the stupidity of loving the game. Or for some of us, we stay too long because we're trying to collect checks,
I understand.
I mean, the game is tough. Not everybody get big money pots, and some guys have to be journeymen coming through there. So for me, I was always grateful, not anticipating having that opportunity and then the door opening. I'm just grateful for it.
So your career, you was grateful for your career, 11 years, 4 teams from one coast to another, and some a little bit in between.
Yeah.
Was it? And I don't know. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Was there any one of those programs? Let me rephrase it. Any one of those pro teams that you just say to yourself, man, that was my team. If you don't feel comfortable, you ain't got to answer that.
No, you know what? I think that. I teach our guys that football is an individual collective sport.
Right.
And in the pros, man, you're just 2 plays away from being a great team and not being a great team. So, and you only learn that through the years of playing. And for me, I had a good time at the Rams, the Panthers. I had a good time playing,
Okay.
When I was at Washington, I had a good time. So it's just overall experience for me. And have an opportunity to make some relationships with guys, make relationships with some management, ownership, and stuff like that. But we're old now, so most of them, the teams have been bought and sold twice already. So a lot of them people are, bon voyage.
Yeah,
so.
man. Wow. If you think all those teams you just mentioned, other than I guess the Raiders, Al Davis, his son, and Snyder, and
all of them.
the Florida lady. I can't think of the Rams. Oh yeah, all of them, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Man, wow. So you done crossed over a lot. So before we take a little break and give a little time to our sponsors, what about the post-career time? I know you got a flourishing family. Speak about that a little bit, or as long as you want to, because it's your family. I don't want your son or daughter coming and say, "Hey, you didn't mention me, Daddy." But let's speak about your family, and then how we got to Livingstone College.
Well, I mean, I have 4 kids. Deshaun and Alexis, Zacchaeus and Aaliyah. Deshaun works down in Charlotte at the airport. My oldest son just graduated from Robert Morris. And my oldest daughter, she's a married homemaker. And my youngest daughter, she goes to Appalachian State. She plays basketball.
Oh, okay. Is she dunking? What position she play, Coach?
She told me she grabbing the rim. She had an injury. She had a serious injury a few years ago that set her back. So right through here, she plays the 3-4. So she's doing well right now. She almost didn't want to come back and play. She's close to graduating.
Okay.
But she said she's gonna try it one more time. So I just asked her the other day, you dunking? And I asked her how her 3-pointer was. So she said both of them is on point.
Okay.
So
well, she might end up grabbing a whistle and doing something like what her dad is doing.
I mean, I don't know if she want to do that. I don't want to say nothing again. I don't want Title IX as but
right.
Coaching ain't for everybody. You know that.
Oh, you ain't lying. Especially when you get that call after a loss, come to the president's office. He want to talk to you. You already know what the deal is. But Coach, and then of course you got here at Livingstone, and had last season. You had a lot of young cats, and we'll talk more about that. So when we come back, we'll hear a little bit from our sponsors, and hopefully, we'll get into a little bit more details. And plus, we have one of the coach's student athletes, one of his defensive linemen. And I don't know if he showed partiality to the D line or interior or exterior. Which one was it? D tackle or defensive end?
I mean, he's just beast mode.
He's just beast.
Yeah.
So his position is just beast. We'll just put a B next to his name.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good to me. So we'll be back in a second. Thank you. All right, welcome back to the Sean Gilbert Show. Today we have one of our fine student athletes, Malik Head from Snellville, Georgia. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I want to say Shiloh High School. Did I get that right, or did I miss it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm working. I'm 55. Sometimes I forget things. So wanted to talk to you. Coach selected you. He said, I asked him what your position was. Was you an interior or exterior line, D tackle, defensive end? I kind of know, but he said, nah. He said beast. So I don't know. We're going to change our roster and just put B next to your name. So, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Malik.
I'm a student athlete. I'm a senior. I have a 3.8 GPA. I'm on the dean's list. I'm the #1 Division II interior defensive lineman in the nation, and I'm a captain on the football team.
That's what I'm talking about. So so technically you kind of gave yourself the wrong name. You said student athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just change that, all right? Scholar athlete. You got 3.8. Now, what are your aspirations? What's your major?
Computer information systems.
Computer information systems. Any particular job or thing that you've been looking at, a company or something that you're looking at?
Cybersecurity, software engineer.
Outstanding. So you've been working on some projects on your own?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. That's great. So, of course, that's big money. I'm assuming at a minimum coming out of out of college, that's probably at least a minimum of 75, if not a little bit more, right?
A little bit more.
It's a little bit more?
Mm-hmm.
That showed my age. So, great, man. That's an outstanding job. So now tell us a little bit about what your expectations are for this season.
I mean, yeah, we got a young team, but a lot of guys we got coming back experience. So I'm expecting a good season, just as long as all of us trust each other, trusting the coaches, and the coaches trust us.
Okay. So how was camp?
I mean, camp was up and downhill, but that just comes with having a lot of younger guys coming in. Obviously, we had over 40 freshmen coming in, so a lot of trials and tribulations, but the team getting better, and we excited for the first game.
Now, did you see, let me ask you this now. Now, you being a senior, you haven't been through the grind. This will be your 4th camp, and you got this freshman, wide-eyed and bushy tail. He might even be from Crim High School in Atlanta or something like that, or, I don't know, Islands High School. I throw in my old high school I used to coach at. He's out there. He came in, his eyes was wide, and he's running all over, jumping off sides. I mean, did you see any kind of maturity over that short period of time that you had in camp of a collection of those student athletes in your program?
Definitely. A lot of our freshmen, it just took them like probably a couple of days, and just after that, it was just like the game started slowing down for them.
Okay, but how did that happen? How did you get to that point?
I mean, we have a lot of leaders on the team that took a lot of the freshmen under their wing.
Right.
So it was easy for them to just come along and adjust to the program.
Now, a lot of times, a lot of folks don't, they'll have a team and the older guys be like, man, they got to get theirs. But the way you just described it, it was almost like you said took them under their wings, knowing that, these cats right here going to have to play, like immediately, right? You said 40, so evidently somebody going to have to give you a spell, right? So that's good. That's good. Now tell us a little bit about your family.
I mean, I have my father and mother. I have a younger brother and an older sister.
Okay, younger brother. Now, does your brother play football?
Yes, he does.
And what does your sister do? Is she into sports or?
She's kind of working as a nurse right now.
So she's okay. I got you. All right, great. And you want to send any special shout out to your mom and dad? Everybody say mom. They forget about dad now.
Just like to shout out my family.
There you go. Covers everybody, right? So nobody won't say anything else. Anything else you want to share with us to let us know a little bit more about Malik Head, the Beast?
Nothing this much. Just ready for the first game and ready for the season.
Man, you know what? We really appreciate you, and we expect your hard work to show on this field. What you think about this? How you feel about that?
I mean, it's nice.
It's nice. It's all right. It's all right. So we got to make sure we can see your face up on that screen with a couple of sacks. So
yes,
please don't dance and get us a flag, but you could just let them know, hey, you beasting out. So as we close this thing out, man, we just want to tell you how much we appreciate your 4 years here, right? Mm-hmm. Your 4 years here matriculating. You're going to walk across the stage. You're going to leave here more than likely making more than 75,000 because you told me that's like at the minimum. So you're gonna be making and doing all kinds of things to pursue to further your career, and you know how much we're gonna be proud of you doing that, man. So have a great season. Continue being a great leader. I mean, be that captain those young men. They will never forget. You know. So and again, thank you again. All right. Thanks. Now we'll be back more with Coach Gilbert, and he'll tell us a little bit about how camp went down and also what he expects. Well, we're not going to ask him too many secrets, but we're going to talk about the Catawba matchup. We'll be back. All right, welcome back to the Sean Gilbert Show. Coach, man, Malik, you ain't lying. He's swole. Beast. Looking a little bit like my man from the Rams. I ain't want to say that to him. Got the little freckles. He was like, yo, serious?
Aaron?
He focused.
Yeah. You know what? Man, Malik is a quiet guy, a lot of energy. And we're just so proud of him, man. It's just his work ethic and his attitude, and he wants to win more than anybody.
Okay.
And so we're just grateful for, finding a guy like him and him coming to be a part of Livingstone College.
That's great. That's great. Now, Coach, you just finished camp. Kind of give us a synopsis of what happened, how things went camp overall.
Well, man, shoot, first of all, early mornings ain't never anything that anybody want to, jump into, but having a new field and so forth,
right,
and not really being able to gauge that heat index like we want to, and we thought it'd be better too to get our guys woke early. So we started, our day started at 4 a.m. And for the most part, pretty much for the most part, man, the guys, they responded to it very well, very, very well. I was pretty impressed with our team in terms of their commitment to getting up in the morning, going to bed at night, and coming out here and trying to get better.
Yeah, and getting coached up.
And getting coached
It'll wake you up real quick.
I mean, we come with a fresh pot of coffee, so we
like a bunch of drill sergeants out there.
You know about that.
I heard about that kind of stuff, man. I can't coach. I'm telling you, I came out to 2 practices early.
Right.
It started raining at one, and the other one I kind of parked up there. I said, "Oh, it's kind of." I slept in the car for about 5 minutes, went back to the office. I said, Coach got that covered. All right, so camp was overall good for the most part, injury-free, because I don't recall seeing a long list of real injuries. I mean, there was some hurt folks, but I don't recall any major injuries. Do you?
No, we didn't have a lot of injuries. Tweaks here and there.
Gotcha.
And naturally with guys, especially then with freshmen,
right?
They think that they coming from high school. They think the transition's going to be kind of the same,
right?
And that we picking up the pace on them, and it becomes rigorous. Where back in high school, you had the school to protect you.
Yeah.
Here we set the schedule.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
A guy has to conform, otherwise he won't make it. But I thought that the guys did responded pretty good. Some of the young guys, a little bit pouty in that. I mean, and you kind of expect.
They was homesick, Coach.
Homesick,
And that was the main thing.
Yeah. We had a few men that really, really got homesick. I mean, couldn't make it a week, but I mean that's just part of college.
That happens, yeah.
And
that happens with regular students as well.
Yeah,
so people just don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, we had a kid come from not too far from here. And it was just too far for him to go,
Wow.
So
yeah.
But they responded pretty good, and guys, we're teaching them how to take care of themselves.
Right.
So there's a lot of mentoring going on and trying to hold these young guys accountable. The older guys, man, they've been through this, and so they know what to expect.
Right.
And the young guys, they're learning. But we're taking what I say we're turtle crawling. We're turtle walking. So
I like that. Can I steal it, Coach?
Yeah, man.
Okay, I'm gonna steal it. I ain't no trademark. I don't want no infringements and stuff.
All
right. So so camp went through. You guys had school's been in session for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You got 2 solid weeks of practice in a scrimmage, and now we're playing Catawba. Haven't played them guys in 13 years. Now you know.
Yeah, I mean, but that's due, thanks to you guys, man. Seeing how I think that this was a great opportunity for us as an institution and doing community relations and building, establishing a great relationship with Catawba, more so than it is any type of a rivalry.
Right.
I think it's just great for our area, and we're excited about the opportunity. Catawba is a great school. Coach Curtis Walker is a great coach. He's been very successful over there. He's a guy that I talk to, when my head's cloudy.
Right.
And he gives me good insight and information. So it's really almost a mentorship, and have an opportunity to play him, and for us to learn and see where we're going to stand in terms of the season.
Yeah, he's a legend over there. His son, I believe, is at Georgia, if my memory serves me right.
Yeah.
I think he got another little baller over there at Salisbury High.
That's when you're putting them out there, man.
We're gonna mess around.
Might make you think you should have 5 more.
Hey, hey, I'm past that, but that's exciting, Coach. I mean, you're gonna have the game. It's gonna be here on September 3rd at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
All kinds of festivities going on. You got you a new field, you got your video board, the track team got a track. Man, all these things are falling in place. I know you still got some more needs. So I'm going to be asking alumni to help us out with that other big need we had, that field house.
Yeah,
definitely. We're going to shake them down when they come to the campus.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
First of all, thank you and Dr. Jenkins for, making this thing come to fruition for the school. And I think it's been pretty, people are pretty excited about it. And I think it just does something for the campus and the expectations that we all have in trying to put a program in place that you guys can really be proud of in years to come.
And we feel you're going to get it done, Coach. So, big ups to you as well. You went out and got these kids. You got a lot of kids from the state of North Carolina, some from Charlotte, a little bit from everywhere else, that's how you build a team. So, yeah, Coach, I think you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Now, I'm not going to ask you what your favorite play is because we don't need Coach Walker having a little extra. But you already know mine is.
When does the show air?
Huh?
When does the show air?
No, we're going to share this afternoon. So he watching trying to see what your mannerisms are, Coach. He's trying to say, he's like, I think I know what that joker going to run. Yeah. But in all reality, in all fairness, or to get back on point, I should say, what is your approach with you and your staff on how do you game plan? How do you guys kind of, briefly, how you kind of approach, playing an opponent that you've never played before and probably limited information on?
Well, normally, I have a crew.
Without giving out any secrets, Coach.
Normally I have a crew that goes and spies on everybody to try to find out what time their coaches get up, and I try to find out when their kids' class time is. So, I got somebody at Catawba that's getting me the transcripts for the players so I can kind of identify the personality.
Lord, yeah, nah.
From there, we go into the basement and we dissect and split the atoms in half.
Oh, God.
From there, we cultivate a formula that we think will, help us, give us the
cultivate some formula. Oh, my goodness. Now, you doing it over in the new science building?
Hey, listen, nevertheless.
Oh, okay.
I just don't blow it up,
Coach, don't blow it up. Don't blow it up. We just got the building, all right? Yeah. So basically, that was the nicest way of saying, I'm not going to tell you. And it's not a problem. Trust me, I believe that. I understand. They can't. I think I'm not going to say what program, but somebody's playing 2 quarterbacks over the 2 weeks that's playing this weekend. And this other person say, hey, we're not going to tell you the game time. Trust me, I totally understand.
For us, I'm pretty, I understand there's some, some give and take and, small jabs in these things. But for us, man, it's, you study film. Watch what your opponent is doing and know that there's some things in there that kind of throw you off track. Right. But, if you're right-handed, you're not going to become left-handed tomorrow.
Oh, most definitely.
So
you're going to do what you do now.
You're going to do what you're going to do. And it comes down to, in our theory is can you stop it? So,
that's right.
You're looking for the opportunities and looking for the low-hanging fruit, based on once you start the game. There's always that great element of surprise, and you know this, Coach, that when the game starts is really when you have to coach.
Yeah.
We're trying to get them ready during the week, but, to see, this young man as the opponent now live changes the whole atmosphere.
Oh, most definitely.
Your guy against his guy. And how does that stack up?
Oh, yeah, Coach. When a student athlete gets hit in the mouth with someone he don't know, you don't know what he might do.
Listen, we watched Bowie on tape, last year. When you thinking, hey, they only do this, this, and that. But when they got here, they doing this, and that looked a little bit different in person. That number 0 is about 3 inches taller than he looked on film, and about 2 inches wide.
Folks be rounding down with their defensive linemen, But, Coach, man, that's great, man. So we're going to take a little break. We'll come right back. We'll be back with the Coach Sean Gilbert Show. Welcome back to the Sean Gilbert Show. Coach, man, we're going to talk a little about you, You brought in the young man, the beast, up in here.
Beast, yeah,
Did I get loud?
beast.
That was probably a little loud.
Yeah,
I got to bring
energy,
it down,
energy.
right? Okay, my bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
You know, I get excited. You know,
We're 4 days from game time.
yeah, you ain't lying. All right, then we talked about camp and also our upcoming opponent.
Yeah.
I guess now it's time to talk about, just a brief overview of the rest of the season. What you thinking, Coach?
Well, I think, from just the way the schedule sits, I mean, for us, it's a very, very tough schedule. But, being a young team, I think it's just being battle tested week in and week out and really trying to teach these young men on what it means to compete. Not focus on the score, but more so on getting better play after play. And that's what I'm trying to convey, and that's what I'm teaching these young guys. Compete. Game in and game out. Don't be the team that want to get up on somebody early. We all want to.
Right.
We all want to win. We all want to get up early, and we all want to blow everybody out.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's not the reality of life in competition. So, for us, it's going to be one game at a time, and there are no easy games on our schedule this year. When we play Catawba, it's a great football team, competes in the SAC every year. So, from there we're going to Elizabeth, go play Elizabeth City up in the Down East Classic, which the Coach Hilliard just comes from Virginia Union,
right?
So he has all of that experience, which Virginia Union is one of the top teams in our conference,
right.
Dog in, dog out, and from there we play Virginia State here at home,
right?
Then we play VU, and we play Bowie. So we'll be battle tested, and and then we'll get into the South.
Division. Yeah,
we'll get into the South, and hopefully before then our team won't be decimated.
No,
fighting all of these guys.
No. They're gonna be bumps and bruises now.
There's gonna be some bumps and bruises.
They ball out.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
when you was playing, when you was winning, it didn't hurt as much.
That's the truth. And that's what you're gonna share with these. Hey, listen. Hey, wins. It's easier to coach winning.
That's right.
Than it is trying to keep up with losing.
That's right.
Better for us to win than to lose all day long. I take that.
So you look, but for overall, it's going to be a competitive season. You got a young squad. You got some you got some things that you fundamentally say, hey, this is what we're going to be about. And I'm sure you're going to measure those things and then, kind of continue to build as you go along. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I think I'm bringing it all in the synopsis.
I think so, Coach. And I think I'm excited about our young guys and the returners that we have. I'm excited that they're excited about having an opportunity to compete. They're getting edgy because they hadn't had a chance to really play anybody, be tested yet. But I think they're looking forward to the season just as well. And so we're going to take one game at a time. And we're coming out here. We're playing to win. And that's the bottom line.
Outstanding, Coach. Well, Coach, man, we want to say again, man, we appreciate your time and your work with you and your staff, getting these young men ready to go. Yeah. Man, I think it's going to be an exciting season for you.
Yes.
I think you're going to have all these cats all over the place running and just doing nothing. I know you was watching. I watched you at the scrimmage the other day. You was walking kind of slow on that far end. You had your head down, then you popped your head up. Yeah. Then you was over here. Next thing you know, I was like, "Where's Coach at?" He was down at the other end. I was like, man, he was out there with the refs. He was like making sure everything, checking everything from
inquiring. The rules change.
Yeah.
And I'm still a young coach, so there's things that I may have questions about, and I just inquire on that end. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all, but a learn-all.
Oh, there it is.
So I go to the coach, say, listen, don't hold any flags back. Throw them on my guys so that they can understand that what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
And show us where those gray areas are, where it could be this or that, and so and they were great at communicating those things with us. And I pause through the play, say, can you explain to the player why you threw the flag on him, so that way he can understand, what he did wrong, and he can correct it. Right,
you're right. That's a good thing you did, Coach, because you can say it all day and every day until that yellow flag come out there. They like, what? Oh, Coach again, was right.
The black and white get the last say something.
Well, again, Coach, hey, man, we appreciate you taking time out your busy day. I know you're still doing whatever you're doing to get ready for the game this weekend. This is the Sean Gilbert Show. Thanks, Sean Gilbert. Coach Gilbert, my man. All right, Coach. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great season, all right?
Thank you, Coach.
All right, we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week on the Sean Gilbert Show.